From the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8.
Now, the latest news.
Kylie Conway has the latest news. The top headlines. News you can use.
Please stand by.
Sponsored by LCS Heating and Cooling. Now, here's Wish TV's Kylie Conway.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is the News 8 Daily for Wednesday, July 7th. Keep the umbrella handy for your Wednesday. You're going to have on and off showers, maybe some isolated storms, lots of clouds going to build up all across the state. Highs are going to still be pretty hot with temps rising to the upper 80s, and there will still be that high humidity. Tropical storm Elsa is about to hit the Gulf Coast of Florida. Forecasters say it will hit sometime this morning. Families in the path of the storm have been bracing for damaging wind, strong storm surge, and even possibly some tornadoes. The area southeast of Tampa is under a tornado warning. Overnight, Elsa weakened from a hurricane. Right now, more than 12 million people in 3 states are under a tropical storm warning. And the path of the storm looks like it will not deliver a direct hit to crews working at the site of the Florida condo collapse. The work is yielding more tragic results, though. The number of confirmed deaths is now at 36, with 109 still missing. Officials overseeing the search say they have detected no new signs of life. And we're hearing from Indiana Task Force 1 for the first time about what the team is facing as it helps in that search and rescue. The deployment leader, Jay Settergren, tells News 8 he has truly never been to a scene like this one.
This is the first one like this I've been on where it's actually not a natural disaster. It's not a terrorist event, but for no good reason, half of a building has collapsed with 150 plus folks in it.
Settergren says even through the days of disappointment, the support from home keeps the group strong. Police in Indianapolis are looking through security video for help solving a deadly shooting that happened on the north side in the Nora area last night. Witnesses say that there was some kind of gunfight inside a car. Calls start coming in around 7:30 last night from 86th Street between College and Westfield Boulevard. People nearby said that a man got out of a vehicle, the passenger side, who'd been shot several times. Police say that man was taken to the hospital and died. According to IMPD, the vehicle then kept going a couple blocks, ended up in a shopping center where there were more shots fired. The driver of that car was taken to the hospital in serious condition. Right now, police are trying to figure out exactly how many people were involved in this. And there is a possible consensus on combating crime. City leaders and community activists agree there's a major problem with violence in Indianapolis. They differ, though, on how to solve it. Mayor Joe Hogsett wants $3 million to go towards crime prevention. City county councilors will have to approve that spending. Some expect that will happen, but don't think more meetings between city leaders will solve the problem. In a statement sent to News 8, Public Safety Committee Chair Leroy Robinson says, quote, "Our neighbors and loved ones are not dying for a lack of committee meetings. They are not dying for a lack of concern or care. They are dying from a lethal combination of untreated trauma and mental health issues, addiction, deprivation, and ready access to guns. If we want to have a true impact on violence in our city, we have to be ready to face the true root causes." The Fraternal Order of Police Union President Rick Snyder has another view, tweeted overnight, "Make no mistake, violence in Indy is not a public health crisis. It is a public safety crisis, compounded by politicians deliberately sitting on their hands while criminal attacks spiral out of control." Politicians like Mayor Hogsett say that adding more financial stability to the Indianapolis Police Department and their data is going to be key to ending the surge in violence. The mayor says more than half the money will go toward public safety, domestic violence, and conflict resolution, areas he believes lead to gun violence. But he says it's not just an Indianapolis issue.
Indianapolis is not alone in this regard. You also have greater numbers of individuals who have access to weapons and who have absolutely no legal business possessing the weapons. But the police can't do it alone. And we need the community to step up, whether you be a witness or have any kind of information.
According to the Gun Violence Archive, 170 people have been killed across the country in the last 3 days. Here in Indianapolis, IMPD increased their patrols over the weekend to combat crime. The mayor says next week the City County Council will vote whether to add that $3 million. And we are working this morning to get an update on the health of a man from Greenwood who was rescued from a pool that was behind a house. According to the Bargersville Fire Department, a Johnson County Sheriff's deputy pulled the man from the water early yesterday evening. The Bargersville Fire says the man was treated there before being taken to Community Hospital South in critical condition. The Delta variant of COVID-19 is spreading quickly across the United States. As of this morning, the CDC estimates it accounts for just over 51% of all new infections in the United States. For comparison, the previously dominant strain, the Alpha variant, is now behind more than 28% of new cases. Here in Indiana, the state health department reports 224 cases of the Delta variant. And the White House is revealing specific new strategies to encourage vaccinations. President Biden is now underscoring what members of his team have been saying. He wants to expand vaccine access to primary care and family care doctors and start more mobile vaccination clinics. Biden also wants to create COVID-19 surge response teams made up of experts from FEMA and the CDC.
And they're going to help states that have particular problems prevent, detect, and respond to the spread of the Delta variant among unvaccinated people in communities with low vaccination rates.
According to the CDC's COVID data tracker, more than 157 million people are fully vaccinated against the virus. And some people in Indiana who got help through the pandemic unemployment program say they are getting notices now to pay the money back. We spoke to one woman facing a $10,000 claim. News 8's Dan Klein talked to her about how she plans to fight back.
Good. Lynn Moreau, owner of the eyelash place, has more than a half century of experience making sure every last hair is perfect. Last year was unlike any other, though, beginning with the forced shutdown in March.
Your property tax goes on, your bills go on, and your income comes to a screeching halt.
Even when she was allowed to reopen, business was down 75%.
Nobody's going to church, nobody's going to the clubs, nobody's going to gatherings, and our business is all about looking good to do those things.
She and the other employees filed the paperwork for the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program to help make up for lost income. She estimates her business is still down 50%. But in April, she saw this notice when she logged in.
And then I get a notice they want all of it back. They want $10,000 back.
Well, that was in April. In the upper left corner, the date says February 1st. The letter itself says she needs to submit proof of employment beginning December 27, 2020.
Had you heard anything from the state up until April?
No.
She says she sent in the required documents, but 2 months later, in June, just a few weeks ago, she finally got a response. She was denied and told she needed to pay it all back.
It's rather discouraging. You know, you don't have a lot of faith in what's going on here. Well, I certainly don't want to pay it back. I don't think I owe it to them.
Moreau plans to go down in person to the Department of Workforce Development on Thursday to get some answers, taking a decade's worth of tax forms with her to back up her case. Wish TV has spoken with another individual with a similar story from his business, too.
I wonder just how many people are having this problem because it's just not right.
I'm Dan Klein for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and be sure to follow us on Facebook.
And you have the chance to land a job during the Indiana State Fair. Organizers hope to hire around 100 people during a job fair. Open positions include parking, security, operations, tractor shuttles, and education. If you're interested, bring your resume and be ready for an interview on site. Today's job fair runs from 4 to 6 this afternoon. It will be at the Pop Weaver Youth Pavilion at the State Fairgrounds. Macy's is also looking to bring on more employees. The company announced it wants to fill around 300 full and part-time positions in Indiana. Macy's has 7 stores across the state. The company says it's holding a national hiring event on Thursday, July 15th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Interested candidates should apply online ahead of time. And today there will be a discussion on racism and social justice at Indianapolis Public Libraries. Several groups are taking part in a public forum. The Indianapolis Library Workers for Justice, people from the Indianapolis Liberation Center, and the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees plan to talk about problems in their workplaces. Organizers say the groups want the removal of what they call corrupt and racist leadership at the library. The groups also want more community control over the library and an investigation into employees' working conditions. The event starts at 6:30 at the AFSCME Union Hall on Pennsylvania Street. A new Black Lives Matter mural is finished in Bloomington. The Indiana University Provost's office shared a photo from a bird's eye view, kind of an overhead look, with the message that the Black Legions finished the mural yesterday. You should look it up on Twitter. It's really cool. It's on Jordan Avenue, just south of 7th Street, right outside the Neil Marshall Black Culture Center. The Georgia Golf Course, where a Purdue graduate was killed, is set to reopen today after a triple homicide this weekend. Police say the country club's pro, Gene Siller, was not the target of the shooting. Authorities say he likely witnessed a crime that was happening. Siller and 2 others died Saturday at Pine Tree Country Club just north of Atlanta. Police are still looking for the shooter. A memorial for the victim is growing at the 10th hole of the course where the shooting happened. That hole will remain closed. And a man in Lafayette faces 2 murder charges for the shooting of his girlfriend and a child. Police say Devontae Roberts shot Victoria Moore and the little girl late Monday night in an apartment complex. Both died at the hospital. Police say Roberts ran from the scene, but officers later found and arrested him. The Democratic nominee for New York City's mayoral race in November is set. Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams won the city's primary election. The latest results show Adams beat former Sanitation Commissioner Catherine Garcia by around 1% of the vote. Other nominees included civil rights lawyer Maya Wiley and former candidate for president Andrew Yang. In a tweet, Adams called his victory a movement of working-class New Yorkers coming together for a safer, stronger, healthier city. President Biden says this month's mass ransomware attack appears to have caused minimal damage. The hackers hit some 1,500 users of Kaseya software products. A Russia-based group claims responsibility and has demanded tens of millions of dollars to unlock computers. But American intelligence agencies have not confirmed the claims. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says the U.S. is prepared to go after whoever's responsible.
The Russian government cannot or will not take action against criminal actors residing in Russia. We will take action or reserve the right to take action on our own.
Psaki also says officials from Russia and the United States are set to meet next week to discuss ransomware attacks. Reaction to the final decision on Sha'carri Richardson's Olympic status is strong today. She is not going to Tokyo. As an individual sprinter or a member of a relay team, she is off the roster. Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes retweeted a news article commenting, "LOL, that is so crazy, man, shaking my head," with a facepalm emoji. Actress Halle Berry shared a message of encouragement, tweeting, "Can't stop greatness, sending love and support to Sha'carri, still the baddest." USA Track and Field released a statement about its decision, writing, "While our heartfelt understanding lies with Sha'carri, we must also maintain fairness for all of the athletes who attempted to realize their dreams by securing a place on the U.S. Olympic track and field team." As we've talked about here on the podcast, Richardson tested positive for marijuana after last month's Olympic trials. The U.S. anti-doping agency then suspended her for 30 days. Technically, Richardson still could have competed in the 4x100 meter relay because it is scheduled to happen after her suspension ends, but that is not going to happen. And this morning, we've been following breaking news out of Haiti, where the acting premier says police have the situation under control after a political assassination. Officials say attackers killed the country's president, Jovenel Moïse, and injured his wife in their home. CNN reports they were shot. Haiti has seen deepening political and economic instability, including a dispute over how long Moïse should serve as president. And today marks a major life milestone for a former president and first lady of the United States. Jimmy and Rosalind Carter are celebrating their 75th wedding anniversary. Pictures from the Carter Center and the Carter Library show the couple through the years. Very cool. You should go online and look them up. They have the longest marriage of any former first couple, as Jimmy Carter sets a new record every day as the longest living former president. He's 96 now. He says the secret to a long marriage is picking the right partner. Britney Spears' court-appointed attorney and manager are both quitting. Sam Ingram is asking the court to appoint a different attorney for the singer's conservatorship, and that he will resign as soon as that happens. Last month, he was part of a hearing where Spears spoke, asking the judge to completely end the conservatorship and let her choose her own attorneys. Larry Rudolph is the singer's longtime manager, working with her for 25 years. CNN reports he has submitted a letter of resignation indicating he and Spears have not communicated since she went on hiatus from performing 2.5 years ago. And this morning, there is a new update on the recovery of Pope Francis from intestinal surgery. The Vatican describes the Pope's recovery as regular and satisfactory, and that exams have shown that he had suffered a severe narrowing of his colon. Francis is 84. He is said to be eating regularly following his Sunday surgery to remove the left side of his colon. And today you can watch the Netflix episode featuring Butler University's live mascot program. Season 2 of the docuseries Dogs premieres today. So the account for Butler Blue IV shared a picture on Twitter with the caption, "All snuggled up to watch the series." It's pretty cute. The episode Dogs follows a transition between when the third mascot Trip retired and handed the collar to Blue in 2020. All right, to business headlines. Bitter infighting with OPEC and ongoing friction with allied oil-producing countries could increase prices at the pump even more. Price Futures Group senior analyst Phil Flynn says the power struggle between leading cartel member Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates over production levels could push gas prices to $3.50 or $4 a gallon. U.S. gasoline consumption in the week leading up to the Independence Day holiday may have been the highest since September of 2019, adding to signs of recovery from the pandemic travel slump. A Wall Street Journal study of thousands of prices at hundreds of hospitals revealed that many charge top prices to patients who must pay cash out of pocket compared with the prices the hospitals have negotiated with insurance companies. The newly public prices allow for the first time a comparison of what deep-pocketed insurers pay hospitals versus rates that hospitals set for patients who pay cash. Time and time again, the journal's analysis revealed cash payers are charged among the highest prices. One lot of Lemar hand sanitizer, which was packaged in 4-ounce bottles, is being voluntarily recalled because the containers pose a risk of ingestion. The FDA says the bottle looks too much like a water bottle, and people may be confused. The affected product has an expiration date of May of 2022. And don't update your Chromebook yet. A bug in the latest version of Chrome OS is reportedly causing some Chromebooks to slow to a crawl. The Chromebooks are really popular among schools, so just keep that in mind and wait until the next version of that software update. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
The News 8 Daily 8 is sponsored by LCS Heating and Cooling.
Be sure to like and subscribe to this podcast.
The News 8 Daily 8 with Kylie Conway. And be sure to discover even more great podcasts now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.